What if one swing of a sword could rewrite the fate of an entire universe? In under 5 minutes, future Trunks steps out of a time machine and turns Frieza the tyrant who terrorized galaxies into cosmic dust. But the real shock comes when King Cold, the Emperor himself, tries to recruit the purple-haired stranger, and gets obliterated in a single, heart-stopping blast. Today we're diving deep into the cinematic showdown that introduced the world to Dragon Ball's most iconic time traveler, future Trunks versus King Cold. Buckle up, this is the moment the saga went full Hollywood. The sky fractures with violet lightning, the instant Trunks' blade cleaves through Frieza's final form. Smoke coils from the crater where the tyrant once stood, and the camera imagining this as a live-action blockbuster lingers on Trunks' silhouette. Boots planted in scorched earth, golden Super Saiyan aura flickering like wildfire against a bruised sunset. Wind howls, whipping his lavender hair into a halo of electric strands. The Z fighters are frozen statues in the background, mouths open, brains short-circuiting. This isn't Goku. This isn't Vegeta. This is a 17-year-old kid who just speed blitzed the most feared villain in the universe. Then the shadow falls. King Cold's colossal ship descends like a black moon, engines rumbling with bass that rattles ribs. The ramp hisses open, and the Emperor strides out 7 feet of pale muscle wrapped in royal armor, tail flicking with aristocratic disdain. His voice is velvet over steel. Impressive. Join me, and you'll rule galaxies. The offer hangs in the air like poison incense. Trunks doesn't flinch. His answer is a soft click as the sword slides back into its scabbard. The silence that follows is so thick you could cut it with a key blast. King Cold's eyes narrow, predator recognizing predator. He extends one massive hand, palm up, the universal gesture of show me what you've got. Trunks obliges, flicking the sword skyward in a lazy arc. Sunlight glints off the blade as it spins slow motion perfection before Cold snatches it midair with reflexes that belie his size. The camera whips 360 around the weapon as Cold twirls it like a baton, smirking. One step, two, he lunges, the sword screaming through the air toward Trunks' neck. Cut to black for a single frame. When light returns, Trunks is gone. A sonic boom ripples outward as he reappears behind Cold, fist already glowing gold. The punch lands with the force of a meteor center mass, dead center. King Cold's chest caves inward, armor crumpling like tinfoil. The Emperor's eyes bulge comically wide, a perfect weight, what? Expression frozen on his face. Trunks doesn't stop. He raises both palms, burning attack charging in a heartbeat and unleashes twin beams of emerald fury. The blasts punch clean through Cold's torso, exit wounds blooming like crimson fireworks. The Emperor's body convulses once, twice, then detonates in a sphere of white-hot plasma that engulfs the ship behind him. Metal screams, glass shatters, and the explosion blooms upward in a mushroom cloud of violet and gold. When the smoke clears, Trunks stands alone amid the wreckage, or fading to embers. His face is calm, almost mournful like a soldier who's seen too many battlefields. The Z fighters finally find their voices. Krillin's high-pitched "what just happened" cuts through the ringing silence. Piccolo's arms are still crossed, but his jaw is on the floor. Vegeta Pride Incarnate steps forward, veins popping in his forehead. Another Saiyan, impossible. The word drips with venom and awe in equal measure. Let's freeze frame here and dissect this masterpiece shot by shot, because every frame is dripping with symbolism, subtext, and sheer cinematic swagger. First, the color palette. Frieza's death is bathed in cold blues and sickly greens, his signature palette of cruelty. The moment Trunks goes Super Saiyan, the world ignites in warm golds and fiery oranges. It's not just a power-up, it's a visual declaration that hope has arrived. The purple lightning that splits the sky, that's Trunks' personal signature Royal Saiyan blood mixed with Bulma's genius. Purple is the color of royalty and innovation. A perfect fusion of Vegeta's lineage and capsule cork tech. Now, the sword. Oh, the sword. King Cold's request to see it isn't curiosity, it's a power play. In feudal Japan, touching another warrior's blade without permission is the ultimate insult. Cold thinks he's disarming a peasant. Instead, he's handing Trunks the perfect trap. The toss into the air is pure misdirection. Trunks knows Cold's ego won't resist showing off. And when Cold lunges, that's the exact moment the student surpasses every master who ever doubted him. The sword becomes a metaphor. Cold wields the weapon that killed his son, yet it's useless without the arm that guides it. Trunks doesn't need the blade anymore. He's internalized its lesson precision over brute force. The burning attack itself deserves its own slow clap. Unlike Goku's wild Kamehamehas or Vegeta's pride-fueled final flashes, Trunks' signature move is surgical. 2 fingers to the forehead, a spin, and boom, twin beams that thread the needle through Cold's heart. It's elegant, efficient, and utterly merciless. The animation team at Toei went ham. Every particle of ki is rendered with crystalline detail, sparkling like shattered diamonds. When the beams exit Cold's back, they spiral into D and L like helices before exploding, a subtle nod to Trunks' half-human heritage rewriting Saiyan destiny. Vegeta's reaction is the emotional core. Watch his micro-expressions. The twitch of his lip when Trunks says Goku will be here in 2 hours. The way his fists clench at the casual confidence. This is the Prince of Saiyan staring at a mirror from a future he can't comprehend. Trunks' existence is a living rebuke to Vegeta's entire philosophy, proof that humility and compassion can birth strength greater than pride. The camera lingers on Vegeta's eyes, reflecting Trunks' golden aura, a visual metaphor for the torch being passed whether the prince likes it or not. Bulma's whisper to Krillin, "He looks like Vegeta," is the Chekhov's gun of the entire arc. The camera cuts to her face in soft focus, sunlight catching the blue of her hair just like Trunks' future strands. It's a heartbeat of foreshadowing that hits like a freight train when the reveal finally drops. But in this moment, it's pure mystery. The audience leans forward. Asterisk, who is this kid? Asterisk. Let's talk pacing. The fight lasts 90 seconds of screen time, but feels like an eternity because of how Toei manipulates tempo. The initial sword clash with Frieza is a blur of speed lines and impact frames, pure adrenaline. King Cold's entrance slows everything to a crawl. Wide establishing shots, echoing footsteps, the low thrum of the ship's engines. It's the calm before the storm, building dread until Trunks' counterattack explodes in a frenzy of motion. The editors use smash cuts between Cold's smug grin and Trunks' blank stare to create whiplash tension. When the burning attack fires, the frame rate drops to 12 fps for a single second, making the beams feel weighty, inevitable. Sound design is MVP. Frieza's death rattle is layered with distorted screams from his earlier forms, ghostly echoes of every life he took. King Cold's voice, voiced by the legendary Ryuuzaburou, ootomo in Japanese, drips with aristocratic menace. Every syllable is a velvet hammer. The burning attacks charge up as a rising, orchestral sting that crescendos into a guitar riff straight out of a shonen anime wet dream. When the explosion hits, the bass drops so hard your subwoofer files a complaint. Thematically, this scene is Dragon Ball evolving in real time. Up to this point, power scaling was linear. Train, get stronger, beat the bad guy. Trunks shatters that paradigm. He doesn't just win, he corrects history. His sadness isn't for Frieza or Cold. It's for the timeline he left behind, the friends he couldn't save. That single tear glinting in his eye as the flames die down. It's the weight of 20 years of apocalypse compressed into a droplet. This is shonen with soul. For the 16-40 crowd, this hits different depending on where you fall in that range. Teens see the ultimate power fantasy, a kid their age dunking on gods. 20-somethings catch the subtext of inherited trauma, Trunks fighting battles his parents never could. 30 and 40-year-olds. They see themselves in Vegeta. Midlife crisis, staring down a younger, better version of everything they thought they were. The scene works on every level because it's not just a fight, it's a mirror. Even the background characters get their moment. Yamcha's stunned eye, "I think I need to sit down," is peak comic relief, a reminder that not everyone's built for cosmic stakes. Teen's 3 eyes are wide as saucers, literal and figurative. Piccolo's silent nod of respect foreshadows his mentor role to come. And Goku, he's the absent center, the sun everyone orbits. Trunks' casual 2 hours line is the ultimate flex. Asterisk, I know your schedule better than you do. Asterisk. The aftermath lingers like smoke. Trunks sheathes his sword not with a flourish, but with the quiet finality of a man closing a coffin. The camera pulls back, revealing the full devastation. A crater the size of a city block, the twisted husk of Cold ship still sparking. Earth's mightiest warriors stand in a loose circle around a teenager who just rewrote their reality. The music swells, acoustic guitar over a heartbeat drum, and fades to silence as Trunks looks directly into the lens. No words, just a promise. Asterisk, this is only the beginning. Asterisk, in retrospect, this scene is Dragon Ball's Luke. I am your father moment, iconic, unexpected, and perfectly executed. It introduced time travel without cheapening the stakes, gave Vegeta his first real character arc, and set up androids, Cell, and the Majin Buu saga in one elegant stroke. Future Trunks didn't just kill King Cold, he killed complacency. From this point forward, every fight would be personal, every victory hard-won, every hero flawed and human or Saiyan, or Namekian. So next time you rewatch the Frieza Saga's epilogue, pay attention to the details. The way Trunks' cape flutters in sync with Vegeta's scowl, the split second where Bulma's eyes widen in maternal recognition, the single frame where Goku's spirit bomb silhouette flickers in the clouds overhead. This isn't just a fight, it's the exact moment Dragon Ball grew up and invited us to grow with it. What's your favorite micro moment from Trunks vs. King Cold? Drop it in the comments, smash that like button if this breakdown gave you chills, and subscribe for more deep dives into the battles that shape shonen forever. The future is purple and it's just getting started.